everybody, and welcome to our Wholesome Wednesday. Today we are continuing with the book of Exodus. We spoke about a God that we sometimes don't understand last week, and today we want to focus on Pharaoh. So now Moses is now in Egypt, and he's speaking to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh is arrogantly saying, who is this God that you want to go and see that is going to take you out? And I get excited every time these pagan kings are so arrogant about the God of Israel. I know that in most cases, the God of Israel comes through and proves to them who is he, right? So now Moses is speaking to Pharaoh and is telling him that we have to go. Let the children of Israel go. We have to go and worship our God. And Pharaoh is very arrogant and is not having that. And you see the transitioning when Pharaoh is saying he does not want the children of Israel to go. God says he's going to harden Pharaoh's heart. And most people would struggle with that to say, but he is the one who hardened Pharaoh's heart. Then why would we say that Pharaoh was wrong? Because God is the one who hardened his heart so that he does what he was doing. But you see, rebellion produces more rebellion. When you start being rebellious, you continuously on that path. It's like sinning. You start with a small sin and you continuously sinning and you're hardening your heart every time. And each time your level goes up. So I know that most of us want to identify with the children of Israel being the victims here. So Moses speaks to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh is saying they are not going to go anywhere. And he is so stubborn that God, there were 10 plagues that the children of Israel and even the Egyptians, they had to go through just because of one man who had hardened his heart. So most of us would like to identify with the victims who are the children of Israel. You're saying, but he wants to save them. And they find themselves even in more trouble. They are suffering even more in this scenario than before Moses had come to save them. And I would agree that yes, it looked like they were suffering more. But you see, the God that we serve is merciful to everyone, pagan or not, right? Worshipping him or not. It was his mercy that allowed Pharaoh to actually go up to the 10th plague, right? It was God's mercy because had he decided to turn and acknowledge the God of Israel at any stage, he was still going to be served. The children, the firstborns of Egyptians were going to be saved. And I like that most of us, we like to identify with the children of Israel being the victim and making Pharaoh the villain of the story. He was evil. How could he do such a thing? How about we introspect, we sit down and introspect and look deep inside of us? Are we really doing the right thing to identify with the children of Israel? What if you are the Pharaoh in this case? What if you are the one each day you are hardening your heart? What if God is being merciful unto you each day and each time you are hardening your heart? What if people around you are actually suffering because of you hardening your heart? What if people are dying around you just because it's you who is hardening your heart? Think about it. What if you right now are the Pharaoh to other people and people are suffering just because of you? We like to identify with the children of Israel, that they were victims, that Pharaoh was the villain of the story. We do not want to associate with the Pharaoh. But each day, God is merciful. And rebelliousness begets rebelliousness. Each time you become rebellious, it produces more rebelliousness. And each time you harden your heart is even hardened more the following day. So when we are sinning, each time we're getting deeper and deeper. Whereas we might look at Pharaoh and say, how could he? I mean, he could have stopped. Now you are seeing that the God of Israel has got the power. But each one of us, we're doing exactly like how Pharaoh acted. We are becoming the little pharaohs wherever we are. There are people suffering just because we can't reach out. Yet we know that we have been blessed with resources that should reach out to other people that are around us, but we are not. There are people who are suffering just because we are hardening our hearts. So this evening, I want to call you to a God that is merciful, a God that will give you another chance. I want this evening for you to introspect and ask yourself in this story, truly, who do you identify with? Truly, who would you say you go along with according to how you're living your life? Would you seriously think you're the victim? Or you yourself, you are the Pharaoh? I'm calling you to change. I'm calling you to change tonight, that there is a God that is willing, before you drown, before you drown in the Red Sea trying to follow the children of Israel, there is a God that is willing to save you. You can stop where you are and turn, and God is still having his open arms to welcome you back. I'm calling you to a God that is ready to save you before you drown yourself. I'm calling to you to a God that is willing to take you back, regardless of how you've lived your life. I'm calling you to a God that is able to save you from any situation. I'm calling you to a God that is after you because he cares for you, regardless of what you have done.